is up, YouTube? We are here enjoying the beautiful weather in Tennessee. It is like 79 degrees at like 5 o'clock. Beautiful. We're at the War Memorial. As you can see, it's super awesome. I'm filming a video here tomorrow, so I wanted to come just check it out and make sure everything was going to work out perfectly. But today I'm going to show you guys how to use a traveling mat. And it's a cool way to put text behind you or put objects behind you. And it's quicker than using like a masking technique. And it doesn't always work, but when it does work, it is sweet and it will work out nicely. So let's get into DaVinci Resolve, and I'm going to show you guys this cool, slick way of putting text or any kind of object behind you. Let's do it. What's up, you guys? Now that we are back here in DaVinci Resolve yet again, as you can see right here in the timeline, I already have the footage we're going to use imported, and I have stabilized it using the stabilization over here in the inspector. We'll go over that in another video because there's a bunch to learn about stabilization. First thing we want to do is make sure our playhead is over our clip, and then we want to come down here to the Fusion tab. Alright, now that we are in our Fusion panel here, we want to bring this down and we want to just zoom out on this clip a little bit by holding Control and using the scroller wheel to zoom out. Well, first thing we're going to be doing is creating a travel mat so we can place some text behind us. Now, we could do that multiple ways using masks and tracking the mask, and depending on what the situation is, that can be easier or that could be way more time consuming because you have to be so precise with it. An easy way to do it is using a traveling mat. And when you have like a high contrast background to foreground, like I'm darker and the sky is lighter, we can create these travel mats and it will do all of the work for us. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So the first thing we want to do is create a text node. So come over here to where it says T, just click on that. And what we can actually do is disconnect this merge node right there. And I'm going to actually hold Shift while you have the merge node selected and put it in between our media 1, which is our clip, and our media 2 or media out, which is our final product, which is what you're seeing right here. Alright, so if we select our text node and push 1, it brings it up here into our viewer on the left. And as you can see, we got nothing in there because we haven't typed anything. Let's just do what I had before. Alright, cool. Now we can just grab these little arrows and slide it to recenter it. Boom. That's all we need to do. Alright, now what we want to do is select our media in right here, and you want to push Shift spacebar. That's going to bring up your select tools menu here. Just type in color, and we want to select the color corrector, CC, right here. We're going to add that in. Once we add that in, it's going to be added in before the merge node. What we want to do is hold Shift and click on it and bring it out of there. And what we want to do is grab another pipeline out of this media out, and we want to bring it in just like that. Now what we can do is let's bring this text up here and let's connect it to the foreground of this. And as you can see, it's going to bring it in to our viewer on the media out, and it's in front of us. And we do not want it in front of us, we want it behind us. But let's make it a little bit bigger because I want that text a little bit bigger. Just like so, and we'll just grabbing these little arrows with the text node selected. You can reposition it, and you can also go into the inspector over here and move it as well, but I just find it easier to do it this way. Alright, cool. Now that we have the text added into our scene through the merge node and sized and positioned the way we want it, we'll come back to this color corrector, and what we want to do is push 1 so that this color corrector node is in viewer 1. And the first thing you want to do once you get that all done is come over to saturation and completely desaturate your image. And once you have it completely desaturated, you want to come up here to your menu and go from colors to levels. And this is where the magic is going to happen. So what you want to do is bring down your shadows by selecting this little black arrow right here, and just crush your blacks and your shadows. And then we want to crush our midtones, bring them down, and same with the highlights. And this will take a little tweaking. here and there. So I'm going to bring back my shadows just a little bit more, all the way up. Bring down the highlights, and there we go. So now it's pretty much a complete like alpha matte of our image here. Aside from this little white spots here, but that won't pose a huge issue. And our tree line is black, and we got some clouds that are black, but that's okay as well, because our text will be about right here and it won't interfere with any of that. All right, now that you have that done, what you want to do is grab your color corrector and pipe it into the effect mask on your merge node. Just like that. So as you can see in our Media 2 node, nothing happens when we connect our color corrector to our merge. That is because you got to come to the settings, and we have to come down here to where it says channel and select from alpha to luminance, because we're masking or matting with the luminance channel. And just like that, the cameraman of Sam the Cameraman is gone. And as you can see, as we play through, it is completely gone. As you can, and then if you look right here where it's white, that's coming through just a little bit. So I'm gonna raise it up, maybe move it over. And if anything's showing like that, you can come back to your color corrector and we can just tweak our highlights and our shadows. Any which way we need to. Just like that. Come back to our text, bring the size up just a little bit. All right. And now that that is done, that is literally all that goes into making the alpha matte. Let's let this render through so we can see what it looks like. All right, now that it's rendered through, this is what your final product should look like. Just like that. As you can see, cameraman is completely gone behind us. We didn't have to go through and mask anything out and keyframe it, you know, frame by frame. All it was a simple using the color corrector and piping it back into the merge node and changing the settings from alpha to luminance, and here you go. And this is the final product. Like I said, it works. I would say like 80% of the time for what you're doing, it'll work. And for what, moments that it doesn't, you will have to use the masking technique. But this is something that I didn't really know about. And when I figured it out, it was game changing. Now, if you wanted this text to match like the movement of your background, you could track like the tree line, or you could track the water line or the shore. And instead of using the merge node, we could have done the same exact thing with the tracker node and going into the settings and turning it into from alpha to luminance as well. And it would have done this same exact thing. And then our text would move with our background as it did in the beginning clip of this video. So if you want to see what that looks like, just go back to the beginning, check it on out. Thank you everybody who is watching and subscribing and following along and leaving love and some comments. I appreciate you guys so freaking much. You guys are awesome. We broke 1,000. I filmed this before we broke 1,000 subscribers, and now that we have, I will be doing a giveaway. So like I said, if you're not subscribed, make sure you are subscribing, because that giveaway is coming. In the next video or two, I'll be announcing that. And I'm super pumped about it. So like I said, thank you guys for everything. Appreciate everybody following along. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one.